So we got the WBA super lightweight, aka 140-pound belt on the line, possibly March 1st. But we are looking at a fight between Jose Rayo Valenzuela versus Gary Antuanne Russell. Jose Valenzuela moves up from 135 to 140, snatches the belt, points win off of Isaac Cruz, and this will be his first title defense since obtaining that belt. This is a very, very dangerous fight for Jose Valenzuela. For those that don't know, Gary Antuanne Russell is one of the hardest punchers in boxing. 17 wins with 17 knockouts. He did lose a fight, but Puello, that was crazy. That dude could fight, bro. But nonetheless, Gary Antuanne Russell is still dangerous. Has a higher knockout ratio than Gervonta Tank Davis. This is my prediction for this fight. You got the tail of the tape. Jose Valenzuela stands at 14 wins, 2 losses, 9 wins by knockout, and 1 loss by knockout. So he was knocked out. His 2 losses came from the hands of Chris Colbert and Edwin De Los Santos, back-to-back losses. During that time, people were thinking that, the career of Rayo was looking a little suspect. But the knockout of Chris Colbert in the rematch, and then that kind of revived him a little bit. And then the Isaac Cruz when he snatched the title, that definitely breathed a little bit of life back into Rayo's career, to be honest. Got knocked out by De Los Santos and lost on points by Chris Colbert, which was an arguably fight. People were saying they think Chris Colbert lost, and Rayo got robbed. And it was a robbery, bro. That was a robbery for sure. But now he's facing a real 140-pounder in Gary Antuanne Russell, okay? Jose Valenzuela, 25 years old, 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach, long, tall, slinky, 64% knockout ratio. Okay, he's a pretty good boxer. He surprised me. When I saw him box Isaac Cruz. But Isaac Cruz shouldn't be hard to box. Tank boxed him with one arm. Okay. He's a come forward fighter. That's all he knows. He's a swarmer. So I had thought Isaac Cruz was gonna knock him out, but he's been learning. He's been training really good. His defense got a little bit better, and his boxing definitely got better, and his footwork. But he still don't got the speed. I always thought Rayo was slow. He was like a slow punching dude. He's still kind of like a straight up dude. He still don't really tuck his chin a lot either. But he definitely has power in both hands and a sneaky left hook, and he got a sneaky right hook. That's the one that knocked out Chris Colbert, slept him cold. Got sneaky power. He the Edwin De Los Santos fight, people was thinking he was kind of chinny. That was one of the funniest fights I've seen in a long time, man. The knockdowns, man, that was the most hilarious shit I've ever seen. But he weathered it, but then he, until he couldn't weather it, until he got knocked out. All right, so let's get into Gary Antuanne Russell. Let's talk about your boy. So we got Gary Antuanne Russell. Stands at 17 wins, 1 loss, 17 big wins by knockout. Straight power puncher. Raw, unadulterated power. All right. He is the most powerful puncher of the Russell brothers by far. He's a come forward pressure fighter, somewhat of a mauler, brawler, like in between. Very high volume fighter, man. You know, he very got good speed. He's something to deal with, bro. I'm not sure if Rayo is ready for this shit, bro. I'm serious. The best chance Rayo got is to try to box him. Okay. And Gary Antuanne Russell is 28 years old, 5'10" with a 69-inch arm reach. All right, so Rayo clearly has the slighter arm reach. Okay, so I didn't know Gary Russell I didn't know he was that tall. I thought he was shorter than that, but yeah, the height is comparable. So yeah, but Gary Antuanne definitely is going to be a bigger dude in that ring. How does this fight go? Well, listen, man, we seen what Rayo could do in the boxing ring when it comes to Isaac Cruz, and Isaac Cruz that kind of was a good fight to prepare Rayo for, like a Gary Antuanne almost, because even though Isaac Cruz and Gary Antuanne Russell, their styles are different, that pressure is almost constant with both of them. But Gary Antuanne Russell's pressure is he's bringing pressure with real power. So we see when Rayo stood there and tried to bang with De Los Santos, you saw what happened to him. You know what I mean? And I definitely don't think it's a good idea for him to try to trade shots in the middle of the ring with Gary Antuanne Russell. He's going to go to sleep early if he tries that. So his best bet to win this fight is probably employ the same tactics that he used on Isaac Cruz. But in the Isaac Cruz fight, he did, in certain places, he did plant his feet, throw some leather, get up out of dodge. So he's gonna have to trade with him a little bit, but be very cautious when he do it, and get back outside and outbox. If he learned anything from the Puello fight, he's gonna have to stay on his toes and outbox and use his feet and to try to box him to the wing. That's the only way he wins this fight. And I know he got a little bit of power too, Jose Valenzuela, but I don't think. And he's gonna land on Gary Antuanne, because Gary Antuanne don't have the best defense, so he's gonna land shots. But can he hurt him? I don't know. I've never really seen Gary Antuanne Russell hurt, man. That's crazy. I don't think he could hurt him though, man. I think this is going to end very bad for Rayo, bro. I see it, man. I do. He's going to try to outbox him when he feel his power. He's going to try to outbox him, and then that's when Gary gonna apply the pressure. Because look, that Puello is a way better boxer than Rayo. So I don't see it, man. I see Gary Antuanne being the new WBA 140-pound champ. And I say this fight this is going to end in a knockout. I say 7th round knockout. So my prediction for this fight is Gary Antuanne Russell by 7th round knockout. I don't think Rayo has the speed. I don't think his punch output can keep up with Gary Antuanne Russell. He's probably gonna gas out from trying to run from him, or not run, like evade and try to outbox. He's probably gonna gas out, because Isaac Cruz, even though he comes forward, he throws punches, he's not throwing as much as Gary Antuanne. I think for every punch that Isaac throw, Gary Antuanne gonna throw about 3. Like, Isaac throw one and he clams up, then throws another one, clams up. Sometimes 2, then clam up. Gary throwing 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't think Rayo's ready for that, man. I don't think he can handle that. All right, so just be warned. Say goodbye to that belt, Rayo. So, again, final prediction for this fight is Gary Antuanne Russell by 7th round knockout. Let me know what you think. This is Rebel Light Boxing. Catch y'all later.